Hi, thanks for joining me today. We're just going to take a 15-minute break here to get some reprieve for the upper back, chest, shoulders. Want to address any issues from sitting for longer periods of time. So we'll get a little bit into the hip. You won't need anything in terms of a prop. All the postures are done standing. If you're able to take your shoes off, if you're at home and you've been doing things virtually, having your shoes off for one or a couple particular exercise will work better. Just make sure if you're on carpet, you don't have socks on because you'll probably slip. So bare feet's great, but if you have to have your shoes on right now, totally fine. You'll be able to do everything unless you're in some sort of stilettos or something. Then you'll have to take those off. So let's get started. And we're going to get started actually with the eyes. Right? We take so much attention and energy and information into the eyes. So what I want to have you do is start to find just a comfortable standing position where your feet are maybe a little bit wider than your hips. And allow yourself to sway a little bit, side to side, front to back. You don't have to feel stiff or, feel rigid in any way. Just allow your body to move how it wants to move, but stay planted through the feet. And then I'm going to have you close your eyes and imagine that there's a clock around the eye. There's a 12 o'clock at the top, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and your 9 o'clock. We're going to start moving the eyes with the eyes closed through those numbers. So 12, 3 to the side, 6 at the bottom, 9 at the other side, and then 12. And then I'm going to have you reverse and go from 12, 9, 6, 3, and back to 12. I want you to continue to do this and go back and forth. So with your eyes closed, you're moving through those 4 points on the clock. And then while you're doing this, notice if you've held your breath, right? Notice if your inhalations and exhalations now can start to lengthen a little bit. We oftentimes forget about the breath. It's something that we always naturally do. So we're going to bring a little conscious breathing into our practice today as well. So do that one more time with the eyes. And then we can open up the eyes. We're going to take the base of the palms next, right at the brow. So don't put direct pressure on the actual eye socket. Just go ahead right at the top there at the brow. You're going to put just enough pressure in there to feel like you're getting some relief. And you're going to do small little circles. And we're going to work our way down now to the temporal region, right at the side of the eyes. Again, we're not pushing too hard. Just enough. Again, check in with your breathing pattern, making sure you're not holding the breath in or out. And start working your way down to the cheekbone. And then we're going to rub the palms together. Rub them together until you can get some pretty good heat generated in the palms. And then we're going to gently cover the eyes with the palms. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Just like you want to blow out a candle. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then we'll open the eyes and draw the hands away from the eyes. Next thing we're going to do, the feet will be a little bit closer together than hip width distance, as long as it feels comfortable for you. And you're going to start moving from the front and back of the feet. Now, depending on core strength and availability in the ankles, you can come up pretty high. Just keep the ankles in toward each other without, try not to let them bow away from each other. And you don't have to come too far back onto the heels, really just enough to feel the tips of the toes lift up. And it just starts getting some of these core muscles charged up in the legs and the hips and navel and spine. A couple more. If you fall out of it, or just kind of stumble out of it, you're just going to set yourself back up again. And then we'll come down to the heels. And then we'll get the feet about hip width distance apart. All the toes pointing straight ahead. You're going to then take the hands to the back of the skull. Now, it's really important that you don't push into the back of the head with your hands, but I'm just letting the palms rest right at the base of your skull. When you exhale, take the elbows toward each other, draw the chest back toward the wall behind you. Take a couple of breaths there. Again, you're not pushing the head down or forward. You are activating the front line of the body to draw that shoulder blades back toward the wall. Now, as you inhale, bring the elbows away from each other and back toward the wall behind you. Take a couple of breaths here. A couple of things you want to check in on is not resting in the lower back, so keep the lower belly firm. And we want to, again, make sure that we're not pushing the head forward. We might even, at this point, be leaning back into the hands a little bit. And then you're going to go back and forth. So this is where we start bringing more conscious breath-enhanced movements in. So as we exhale, the elbows will come forward. As you inhale, the elbows go back. Paying attention to those muscles in the upper back, chest, shoulders as you're moving. You're going to connect your breath with your movement. So you might be moving a little faster or slower than me, and that's okay. We'll do one more exhale and one more inhale. And then we'll release the arms. Right. Then the next thing we'll do is a lunge. Left foot's going to stay forward. We're taking the right foot back, taking a slight angle with the toes. And there's a little bit of a gap that we want between the front of the left heel, or the inside of the left heel, and the back of the right heel here. And just test it out, see how this works for you, making sure you can keep both heels on the floor while you bring the knee over the ankle. And if the knee goes past the ankle a little bit, that's okay, but don't allow it to go past the toes, and make sure both heels stay on the floor. Next thing we'll do is square the shoulders off, not the hips, but the shoulders. We're going to put hands right here on that thigh, and we're going to go back and forth. So our inhalation, we straighten the leg without locking the knee out. And we exhale and we settle down in the base of the pelvis. Let the repetition of the movement start to warm up the muscles, free up the joint. Don't push down too hard. You'll notice as you follow through with your exhale, you hang out in the lunge for a moment, and you hang out at the top here as you follow through with your inhale. We'll do one more on this side. And then we'll heel toe that back foot forward. We'll switch sides. That same setup here on this side. Back toes at a slight angle. One side might feel a little different than the other, so make some modifications where you're not straining one particular area of the body that we're accessing. Once you feel like you have that lunge and that position of the feet, start the dynamic movement of inhaling, straightening the front leg, taking the hips away from the floor, and exhaling, sinking down. And in yoga, we're typically breathing in and out through the nostrils the whole time, unless it's a specific breathing technique. So if you're able to, and you bring more awareness to the breath, make sure you're inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Keep the shoulders squared off, strong back leg. Last one on this side. Come out of that, heel toe the back foot forward. And then from there, get feet hip width distance apart again. Arms are going to go up alongside the ears next. Take your right fingertips toward your spine and your left hand on the right elbow. So you're going to grab that elbow with the hand and start to lean toward the left. Little hip shift to the right. If it feels all right, you can even turn your head up toward the sky. If it creates any kind of uncomfortable feeling in the neck or shoulders, keep the gaze toward the horizon. Let the base of the skull kind of rest back toward the wrist or forearm. On the next inhale, we're going to come back to center, take both arms up, and then change sides. So left hand goes down. Grab the left elbow with the right hand. As you exhale, start to lean toward your right. 5-second breath in, 5-second breath out. And back to center on the inhale, both arms up and then arms down. Next movement is arm circles. So get a comfortable base with the feet, and we'll start with making some big circles. Now, if this starts to feel like it's creating any kind of pinch or uncomfortable feeling in the shoulder, you might start off with hands on the shoulders and then move the elbows in those circles and do smaller circles. So make your modifications because you want to be able to get that rotation in the joint without aggravating any conditions. And then we're going to reverse the direction. So one where we're not necessarily correlating the breath with the movement, we just want to make sure we're not holding the breath in or out. All right, and the arms relax down. We'll do one last movement here. We're going to take left foot forward, right foot back. Not such as wide of a stance as we had in the lunge, but we're still getting those back toes to point at a slight angle. And when we start off here, the inhalation, we take the arms up. Palms can either be facing each other or pressing together. And then on the exhalation, you're going to hinge at the hip and then take the arms down and to the outside of the leg and then inhale and come back up. So set yourself up if you haven't already. As you exhale, you're hinging at the hip, but you're also taking a slight twist right at the pit of the navel or lower rim of the rib cage there. You can follow through with a bit of a side stretch. Good. We'll do just a couple more on this side. Keep the back leg strong. Front leg is straight without locking the knee out. You can have a micro bend to it. Last time, way up, and then we take the arms down. Let's switch the sides. Right foot forward, left foot back. Square shoulders off toward the front. Palms either face each other or touch. As you take the arms up, feel the back muscles engage. As you exhale, keep navel nice and firm. Torso pretty long as you take the forward fold. Slight twist and side stretch. As you continue with this at your own pace. Stay rooted through the ball mount of the right big toe, whatever that front foot is. And stay rooted through the back heel. Two more on this side. Remember, when you take the arms up, they don't have to come back really far, so don't put any strain in the upper back or shrug the shoulders up. So I'm take them forward, up, and then just notice how far you can take them back. Next time the arms go up, finish that last round. You can take the arms down, and then we'll take both feet together. All the toes pointing straight ahead, about hip width distance. You either close your eyes or fix your gaze at one point toward the floor. Take a moment here, this last minute together. Just focus on the breath. Notice, get more involved in any subtle sensations in the body. Acknowledge any significant changes that you might already feel in the physical body, perhaps with your posture, somewhere in the hips or the shoulders. As you continue to draw the attention back to the breath, notice the quality of your breathing pattern. You might be able to take longer inhalations and exhalations with less effort. Take a deep breath into the nose, exhale through the mouth again. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So open the eyes if the eyes are closed. Thanks again for joining me. If you ever have any questions, anything that we did today, always email me at info@tejas yogachicago.com. Really appreciate you being here and I hope you have a great day.